The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Well,
This is the big one.
What's your rating, Daniel?
I will give it 4 stars.
I'll give it 4 stars.
I'll give it 4.5.
4.5.
Bitch.
Look at you.
Yeah.
A whole star better than Return of the Jedi.
Goes to show you. Yeah, I loved it. Loved The Force Awakens.
I liked it.
I thought it was really fantastic.
Do you know what I think, right? I've got a thing about Star Wars. I don't think I've seen a film be this well received generally. Because when a film comes out and it's really good, right? People rave about it, and some people go too far and they go, "Oh, it's the best thing ever," right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone disagree with anyone's love for this film.
Yeah.
Not really, have you?
Well, I mean,
I've not really. Well,
I've seen people who've never seen Star Wars before disagree,
and that's
I've seen some.
Who are these people?
Well, I mean, it's just like just like some people.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen people who are like, first Star Trek and now this, and I'm like, yeah. We should talk about Star Trek at another point.
I think if you could sit through it,
apart from the other two that you like.
But you got to consider like how many people saw this and how much.
Oh god, box office wise, it's made $1.7 billion already.
Yeah. Because of Return, people going back to see it again. It's consistently making so much money.
You know, like that happened with Avatar and Titanic, where like their highest grossing like weekends were actually several weeks into their release. Right. They weren't the opening kind of thing. So it could happen with this one where, because it just opened in China.
Really?
Okay.
Which is a massive market. Because like Jurassic World broke $1 billion and so did Age of Ultron and all that kind of stuff. And Star Wars already did that before opening in China.
Right.
Yeah.
And now they just opened in, like the second or third biggest film market in the world.
Yeah.
And they've set the highest grossing weekend in China as well. They've set records for like every fucking country.
Okay, well, what do you think of the starting sequence in this film then?
But I think that opening shot, it's not the ship flying overhead in the camera, but it's a pretty cool shot.
Yeah.
Where it just like eclipses the planet and then the fighters come out.
Yeah,
I like it.
I thought it was really cool that it was. I liked that it followed not one of the main characters at the start, but was his name Poe
Dameron. Yeah.
Poe Dameron, and I liked how even though he wasn't really like a front runner, they put a lot of effort into his character.
Yeah.
And his personality and stuff, and you're engaged in that.
I actually think I want to see more of Poe Dameron.
I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac.
He's such an incredibly likable guy.
But there was that was a theme throughout, is that it kept you guessing as to who you were going to follow. You never really.
Because it starts with Poe, then it changes to Finn, then it switches to Rey. Yeah.
That kind of follows those two.
Yeah. Let's just give a general. The young cast members, fucking fantastic.
Yeah. They pulled it off.
Yeah. John Boyega.
Well. Yes. Yeah. He nails it.
That guy is going to be a movie star. If he's not one already, like even if have you seen him on like chat shows and stuff?
Yeah.
Because apparently, one of the reasons he's like taken so well to it is he actually got a lot of advice from Robert Downey Jr.
Really?
Apparently they both have the same agent.
Okay.
So he met Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Downey Jr. was like, when you do Star Wars and if you're doing Star Wars, your life is going to change, and this is how you can like roll with it.
Yeah.
And so John Boyega is just like cool, and then he's just taken to this being this huge movie star really, really easily.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's been very well received.
Yeah. Also, flawless American accent.
Yeah,
flawless. I forgot what his real voice sounded like. Yeah,
I know. And also, I can't remember the person who plays her, but Daisy Ridley. She was so good in that performance as well as.
Here's the thing. Here's what I think J.J. Abrams' biggest strength is above everything, and this is what I've discovered will get me. Will have me overlook lots of flaws in a movie, which is great characters and performances.
Yeah.
If you look at both Star Trek movies, Star Trek Into Darkness, a lot of people said the plot of that one kind of gets out of hand, and
I liked Into Darkness more than the original. Another day.
I like Into Darkness a lot, but I prefer the first one. But I think Into Darkness for me, the reason I brushed over a lot of the plotting flaws is that the characters are just so well developed and so well. They're given enough screen time, and the actors are given enough stuff to work with that you can just really get on board with it, kind of thing. And so that's
just perfect balance.
Yeah, so here as well, like Daisy Ridley's performance is fantastic. John Boyega, fantastic. Just all the cast are really, really great.
Yeah.
So you can overlook this is the Death Star again, and you can overlook all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because people, I also think, another tangent, I think that's the strength of all the Marvel movies. Because if you look at the Marvel movies, a lot of the plots in that, like there's lots of contrivances and bits of are reused and stuff like that. But the reason people like those movies is because of the characters.
The characters,
and the people playing them are so
very character based. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So I think that's J.J. Abrams' biggest strength.
Yeah, I loved the villain being humanized. Like
Daniel has something to say about that.
Yeah, I do like that the villain is like humanized in this role. And I mean, okay, we're gonna get to Daniel's like rant at this point pretty soon, but just a bit. But yeah, it was just the fact that you then find out he's just this boy kind of that's been twisted. But like the question I actually have after watching it and thinking about it afterwards was, do you know how Rey kind of kicks his ass when she like homes in her senses and stuff? Okay, if he can fight whilst having like a Wookiee blast to the stomach,
the bow staff hit him. Yeah.
I wonder what he's like. I wonder what he's actually like at full health.
And the thing is with this film is that there's loads of questions.
Loads of questions.
There are.
Yeah. Although I think that's kind of okay because we know. I think this is how the landscape of film has kind of changed. That because of franchises, because of the way people consume media. It's one of the reasons the Marvel Cinematic movies have been so successful is because you can kind of complete things in different movies and like leave questions off because it leaves they know people are going to go online on the internet and like speculate about it and research.
I mean, before we were going to see the new Star Wars film, I had like a complete boycott just of like
Right, who had it spoiled for them?
I
didn't, but I did see. Spoilers for this podcast.
Are we going to spoil when are we talking? Spoilers here?
Well, I guess we've already kind of spoiled part. Well,
at
this part, at this point, we will just like you can maybe like
you've already
write
said so,
or whatever. Yeah. But like, spoilers ahead.
Well, you've already given us.
Han dies, but it's
just get around to
it. I know, you've got to like. But
dead as a dodo.
I was scrolling right through Facebook and I saw a picture of Han's face, and it was obviously was when he was getting stabbed. But I went off of it so quickly that I didn't know what I saw, and I'm so glad that I did that. But I was like, right, he might be dying, but I don't know. But a load of people were speculating that because it's Harrison Ford. He's getting old, and he actually did want to die from Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
Well, actually, no, he actually wanted to die in Return of the Jedi.
Oh, he wanted to die whilst getting frozen in carbonite.
Yeah.
And then not surviving.
There's two versions. He wanted Han Solo to die.
Yeah.
But Lawrence Kasdan, who was the screenwriter, who was also the screenwriter for this one, said Han Solo should get out of the carbonite in Jedi, but then die at the beginning of the third act. So then you'd think, well, if he dies, anyone could go, kind of thing. Was his thinking about it.
Yeah. So
it was a mix of
Return of Jedi.
Yeah, Return of Jedi. So again, in that Empire of Dreams documentary, which again, recommend it. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I liked it on my playlist, so if you subscribe to me on YouTube, you'll find it. But there's a bit where Lawrence Kasdan is talking about it, and Han Solo says, "I think Han Solo should die."
Yeah.
And there's a really creepy way Lawrence Kasdan says it, where he goes, "I was thinking," because he's got this high pitched voice. He goes, "I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking someone had to die."
Yeah.
This is in a really weird way.
I had it totally spoiled. I had it totally spoiled.
Did you?
I knew everything. I knew that Kylo Ren was Han Solo's son. And
really?
Yeah.
Who told you?
Facebook, mate.
Oh man!
And I was like the day after, when I got back, and I was scrolling through Facebook and someone just put one up, and I was like,
I'm so glad.
I saw it today. Yeah.
My boss had it worse than anyone. One of his friends on Facebook added his entire friend list in a group chat and told them what happened.
Oh my god! Why did you do that?
literally
What an
ruthless.
asshole.
No, it was really refreshing to just be in the cinema again and be like, oh shit, like Kylo Ren is their son, he's Ben
I
Solo.
didn't expect that. Yeah.
And I was really, it was just taken aback a bit.
Because people were saying, like, I heard a lot of speculation. I was pretty much certain if anyone's going to die, it's probably going to be
Han Solo.
But a lot of people, from me, were speculating that it was Rey that was Han Solo's daughter.
Yeah,
And so that was a surprise to me that it was Kylo Ren who is his son. And his name's Ben.
Yeah.
I thought that's really a nice touch that he named him
was
that,
a nice touch.
possibly after Ben Kenobi.
Yeah.
But sorry, Daniel, let's get to your opinion on Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, I don't know if you were there for it, but after the showing, I went out and I was like, I need a piss. I've been holding it for since the credits. And I ran out, took a piss, and then I came out. And then I was waiting for you guys. Daniel comes along and I go, hey Daniel, what do you think? He goes, pretty good, huh? And then I said, really? And he goes, yeah, apart from Kylo Ren's fucking face.
What was it that you said? You said he looked like a French waiter, a French handsome waiter.
Like a coffee shop or something.
He's got a nose on him.
He's got some schnoz, mate. And I feel because no one else agrees with me.
Here's the thing. I understand why you're upset.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to clarify why.
Are you
it's
on?
okay.
Are you
I think I know what you're going to
James?
say,
Nice.
and I'm that's fine.
Yeah.
But I just thought,
Yeah.
because he was such a badass with the
Yeah.
mask on. And you know,
I love his voice.
we spoke to someone yesterday, James. I don't know if you heard this, someone who didn't like him with the mask. They were like, "Oh, well, what's the point in him having a mask then?" When he just took it off anyway. Like, I didn't like him in the mask.
Yeah.
I liked him in the mask. I thought his voice was really cool.
Yeah.
And I just thought he seemed like a really badass villain. And when he took the mask off, I just didn't get that impression. I thought he looked like a pube. Like, I was like, I doesn't seem evil at all to me. And I guess,
it's a temper
and I think this is probably what you're going to say. I guess you're supposed to see innocence in him, adolescence.
Well, no, one of the reasons is I think it's a bit of a meta-narrative, because think of this as a challenge from a screenplay point of view. There's J.J. Abrams sitting there with Lawrence Kasdan after they've told Michael Arndt, who wrote the first draft, to go boot it because they didn't like it.
Yeah.
And they're rewriting it and they're thinking, right, we have to have this guy, Kylo Ren, be a villain to follow up Darth Vader.
And you can't have the same thing.
Shit.
You can't
So
have the same
basically,
thing.
there's no way you can have a villain that lives up to Darth Vader. Even if he's quote-unquote more interesting. Just in public perception-wise, you can't have that happen. Well, they literally did was have a character whose entire drive is to live up to Darth Vader.
Which is so
fail.
clever. Yeah.
And he fails at it. Kind of thing.
I quite like
That's
it.
what I quite liked about it, is that, he's actually... he is kind of slightly pathetic.
No, definitely. Yeah.
But I also have to point out as well, because you said, he's like a boy. You know the actor is about 33 years old.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying like a boy in that regard.
Also, I think this is purposeful. That they made him look kind of young and kind of... Because everyone thinks he's a gothy teenager. I'm like, he's a man.
Like, no, definitely.
The actor Adam Driver, he's about 6'3". Yeah, he's much taller than Harrison Ford. And he also served in the US Marines. And also, I don't think it came across in his costume, but the guy's actually like built.
It didn't come across.
He's a big guy.
Slight,
he's a big guy. And also, most of the time, I think it's the goatee. Because in interviews, he always has like this black goatee, and it immediately like ages him really? Tenfold. Yeah, you're like, that's a man, but he shaves it, that's a boy. Kind of thing. So I think maybe they could be saving that for the movies when he gets more powerful. There's more training that
the beard.
I had one like niggly little thing that like. So he was kind of saying about how he's trying to live up to Darth Vader. I don't see why he's so confident in taking his mask off. I feel like that's his thing, that he needs to hide who he is behind the mask. And I didn't get that. It was like, you're just hiding behind a mask or whatever. And he's like, fine. And I quite, in a way, I quite liked that he was like, well, I don't need the mask. I'll take it off. I don't think he would be, I don't think that's him. I don't think he would be okay with just being taking his shield off, really, from what he is.
Yeah, it's kind of like throughout the film, he's kind of got a puffed chest and he's going around and like, what's he actually done, with the help? He's betrayed, Luke. And he's had no practice really since then in terms of fighting someone. he's not even had all of his training done, as we now know.
Yeah.
And so, he's just been having these fucking temper tantrums and shit like that. And then finally in this film, you see that he's really just got his, chest out.
Yeah.
And, that deflates by the end.
I think what you said when you said he takes his mask off, like, take his shield off, because, again, I think there's a moment where he basically tries to, like, one-up Rey, where she says, creature in a mask, and he's like, no, look, I'm just a guy in your face.
Yeah.
But I think it mirrors, I think that was set up to mirror the scene where Han Solo says, take the mask off, and he says, what do you think you'll see? And he goes, the face of my son, and then he takes it off, but that's the moment where he kind of reveals, like,
and he's like, he doesn't want to
that
do
is
that.
my dad, kind of thing.
I suppose it depends.
Again, I watched it the second time, and this is one of the reasons watching it twice through is kind of amazing. But the lighting in that scene is really clever, because when they're confronting each other because there's like the doorway where Finn and Rey are, and that's shining in the sunlight, which for some reason is giving off like a blue glow.
Yeah.
But then there's a red light from like the bottom of it, I think, and that's kind of like giving a red glow.
Yeah.
So when it's on Han Solo, he's completely in blue light.
Yeah.
Whereas when it reverses to Ren, he's got red on one side and blue on the other. And then when he's like about to hand the lightsaber to Han Solo, kind of thing, and his like hand starts to shake. The sun just happens to go out at that moment, and then when it cuts back to Ren, it's completely red. And that's when he like kills him, and I was like, "Oh, never noticed that before."
Before we started recording, you had said that you've been to see it 3 times.
3 times.
James, have you seen it once?
I've only seen it once.
Yeah, I've seen it
with
once.
you guys.
So is it better a second?
It's somehow better. I can't put my finger on exactly why, but for some reason,
I guess you can like you know what's going on, so you can maybe
think about other stuff,
everything else a bit more.
Maybe it's like you're less judgmental the second time around, because the first time around you're like, right, this has got to live up to some pretty lofty height.
Did you think it would? Like, did you have any kind of? Were you like it could disappoint because there was so much build up? Were you in any doubt?
Here's the thing, because I see it in one of 2 ways. Because the hype behind it is, people wanted The Force Awakens to do what the very first Star Wars movie did, which is impossible.
No, they weren't going to.
Because Star Wars changed the way movies are made, it changed the movie landscape forever, it changed pop culture. So The Force Awakens can't do that, because it only happens once.
Yeah.
But in terms of how good I wanted the movie to be, I would say yes. I think it did.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I thought it was going to be good, and it was good.
Purely on like a fun entertainment, like...
It's funny.
It is funny.
Really
funny.
funny.
It is one of the funniest Star Wars films out there.
Yeah.
Just like even just the stormtroopers, they get the humor in with the stormtroopers just through body language in a couple.
John Boyega was good at the funny.
Yeah,
you got a boyfriend? Keep boyfriend.
Yeah. Or even the BB-8 when it like the lighter thumbs up. I was laughing. Yeah.
I like BB-8 more than I do R2-D2.
I didn't want to say it, but I did as well.
I do. I think BB-8 is like. Yeah, if you couldn't live up to Darth Vader, well, you bet R2-D2, in my opinion, with BB-8.
Yeah.
I thought...
I mean, it's a hard one to follow.
I think the design is like... That's really the only way they could have gone to like have that type of character be more unique, kind of thing.
Yeah, built smaller and...
smaller. It's cuter.
How heartbreaking is it when he finds out that that when he thinks the guy's dead? It's...
and just this big bro hug.
I like that where it's like just the expression you can get out of that design, because you can move the head forward and back and things like that,
and it kind of hangs
down, and like coordinate it with the sound effects, and the bit where he does the lighter thumbs up thing was brilliant. It just seemed like the character was more like kind of alive to me. I really loved the character.
I've still got the nostalgic feeling towards R2-D2, but I do get that.
Also, I think the best line in that entire movie is when they're on the Star Killer base, and they're like, you don't know how to take down the shield, and he goes, well, figure it out, and he goes, we'll use the Force, and Han Solo goes, that's not how the Force works. I love that bit.
Yeah, and I thought Han Solo played his part really well in the film, because it wasn't just, and here's Han Solo, like,
it felt like he wanted to be there.
He was actually there, and he had a purpose, and he was a main part of the story, really.
Can we discuss, right? This is the worst bit of the film by far.
Okay.
The Scottish guy is crap! Han Solo! I'm reporting you to the First Order. What? This is fucking rubbish! He is really
To be fair,
not good.
Again, second and third time, there are some chuckles whenever that guy speaks.
Yeah.
It's like, you pay Canja Club.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, nah, rubbish.
Yeah, I didn't really
That guy is weird.
think about it.
I hope he wasn't the
Point
end result of that huge open audition thing they did in Glasgow. Like that's
Maybe
what,
it was, yeah.
that's what they got at the end
Maybe.
of it. Must be like Scotland has no talent.
Well, we still have Ewan McGregor.
Wait,
I
what
guess.
Scottish actors do we have left? Karen Gillan's being in Guardians of the Galaxy, or is tied up in Doctor Who spin-offs or whatever.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan, so we can't have him again.
We have James McAvoy, but he's
We got James
X-Men.
McAvoy, but he's X-Men. Brian Cox is, I'm sure, doing... What's he doing?
I don't know.
He's kicking about, but
Yeah.
that would have been
I think he does a lot of
even
stage.
weird if he steps off the thing as Brian Cox.
David Tennant. That would have been cool.
Oh.
He's doing Jessica Jones at the time, I think.
Was it?
Yeah. He's pretty good, Jessica
Yeah,
Jones.
I think
Heard it's good, yeah.
He's good, yeah.
I think he's doing something.
Are you watching Making a Murderer, right?
I haven't been.
Oh, it's good.
No, I've heard it's really good, yeah.
I've not seen that yet.
But, what else? Oh yeah, The Raid. The two guys from The Raid
yeah.
pop up. And I was like,
Yeah.
I wish they did more. I wish they showed off their skills. their
Daniel
martial
Craig.
skills.
That's
Daniel
the
Craig.
greatest
Oh,
stormtrooper
the
of all
greatest
time.
stormtrooper.
And I'm putting down my
I like
It's fun.
yeah.
It's fun.
I actually, apparently, Simon Pegg gave away that cameo in an interview by accident.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know until after.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that. I never heard about it. But apparently, he said, oh, and Daniel Craig's in it. And they went, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And then
Oh, I thought he meant give away his own cameo.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig.
And then Daniel Craig, in an interview later, was like, I don't know why he said that. He's like,
Oh, really? I thought he was going to then give away Simon Pegg.
No,
That would've been
Daniel
funny.
Craig would just be in his curmudgeon-y self, where he's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
no, that's not true. That's utter nonsense.
Yeah.
And then he's in it. But yeah, Simon Pegg's cameo was great because he just
Yeah.
had no idea.
And yeah, no, you didn't have any.
1.5 Porsche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to GameStop.
And also bloody.
It's my life, mate. Someone comes in with their life collection of games, and I offer them £10.
Yeah.
Breaking hearts.
1/2 Porsche.
I'm going to say that to someone.
Yeah, just to get that giggle before you're like, nah, actually it's 50p.
Actually, I'm about to shatter all your financial hopes.
Yeah.
Uh,
But also, little. What's his name? Thomas Brody Singer for that time where he's the guy from Game of Thrones.
oh yeah.
the kid.
Yeah, the
He was
kid
like
in
the-
Love Actually and
The other
stuff.
telepathic crow.
Oh,
dude.
Joe Jen Reed.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like
That's his
nothing.
name.
He was
He was
nothing,
in
nothing.
he was in it for
3 seconds.
He's in a few
3
things.
seconds,
He's
yeah.
in a few things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was his wee cameo. Also, do you watch Firefly? Do you know?
No, but I know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know the pilot, Wash.
Oh, right.
I don't know who that
Well,
is, but
the actor Alan Tudyk. He's
Mhm.
he's in it.
Brienne of Tarth. From
Brienne-
Game of Thrones.
Brienne.
okay. Well, I think we need to touch up on
Oh,
Captain
right.
Phasma
Captain
then,
Phasma.
and how in the trailer, doing the bit when she's walking in slow motion, they only put it in slow motion because half a second later she's getting tackled by a Wookiee. Bam! Out of the way. She does nothing in this film.
Apparently, she's going to be in it more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently
I
she's,
do
she's
hope
still
so.
in 8 and 9, I think, isn't she?
I think
Yeah.
she's definitely an 8, and apparently
Yeah.
it's going to be expanded.
Okay, that's
Well,
good.
it'd be great if going through that trailer where she's walking in slow motion, if you go frame by frame, it'd be great if you could just see the Wookiee hair.
A little bit of hair.
Yeah, a little bit of hair just
So,
off. That would have been pretty funny.
yeah, the other frame.
But yeah, I was disappointed in the character just because it was getting portrayed to me as
Yeah.
this is the next bounty
Yeah.
hunter badass.
Because they've always sold this as the beginning of a new trilogy, I feel like,
Yeah.
and I've heard people complain it's really annoying. Who's that? And it's like, well, wait.
Yeah.
I get no. I had certain friends who will remain nameless, but they know who they are if they listen to the podcast. But they're the kind of people where
friends.
yeah, listen to this. But they're the kind of people when I was watching movies with them, they'd ask me so what happens? They'd literally ask me the first half an hour. They'd say, so how does it end? And I'm like, you literally.
One of my good mates
If you stick around.
made me tell him, because I've read the Game of Thrones books, he
Oh,
made me
yeah.
tell him everything that happens. He's like, can't be arsed waiting for the TV to come back up
Yeah.
and tell me what happens.
Fuck.
And now it's like, the
Yeah.
TV's kind of...
Yeah.
Wasn't it
on
your-
Parallel, yeah.
Wasn't it your dad who always tried to jump into Game of Thrones like halfway through? A
Yeah,
season?
he would jump in at like season 3, episode 4, and he'd be like, then decide that he doesn't like it. 'Cause he'd be like, I don't fucking get it. I'm like, you're not supposed to get it now. You're supposed to get it in episode 1.
Yeah.
But then when he try again, like season
He's
5,
done it on
like, I still don't get
he's
it.
done it on numerous occasions. He's like, oh, I like looking at Game of Thrones. I'll just put an episode on. I'm like, that's not fucking. It's not the news. You can't just jump in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So
Yeah, no, I wasn't. It was more just that it was marketed
yeah.
as look here at Captain Phasma. If she was just on the side, it was just
2 hours and 11 minutes.
I know. I need to wrap this up quick.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's going to be otherwise
enormous.
this podcast.
podcast.
This podcast is going to be as long as the movie.
Yeah,
Force
yeah,
Awakens.
just
It's
about.
about this time. This long.
Well, I mean,
But,
any last comments? I guess.
Yeah. Any last? So yeah. So Force
Looking forward
Awakens.
to episode 8. Really looking
Yeah.
forward
Looking
to
forward to
it.
episode. That's directed by Ryan Johnson, who
Yeah.
did Looper.
Yeah,
Good
did
hand.
a
Looks
couple
very
of
good
Very, very good
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, excited for it. Excited to
Mhm.
find out more about who Ray is.
Yeah.
Who the the big dude's name? The big evil dude.
Oh,
Snoke.
yeah.
It could be Darth Plagueis. It could be. It could be Andy Serkis in a mocap outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Doing his silly voice.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to where the characters are now and where they are. Just you have so much to play around with.
Yep.
I'm looking forward, same as Daniel, to
Also,
the rest.
I have got to say one more thing. Have you seen the memes on the internet where it's when Rey shows the lightsaber to Luke right at the end?
Yeah.
And have you seen the meme where she shows it to him?
Didn't
and then
happen to find a hand with that, did you?
There was a hand. Did you find that?
Yeah. There's a hand. Did you find the hand?
No.
Oh man, yeah.
But
no.
I think
I know the whole look bit at the end. Like, how powerful was that?
Oh,
yeah.
and he knows that hand's
Yeah,
dead.
and you get the impression he knows exactly who Ray is as well.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
Yeah.
So yeah, look forward to
Yeah, no,
Actually,
definitely.
yeah.
more Star Wars.